All right, guys, so hopefully this is the last time that I discuss this topic because, quite honestly, this topic is very depressing. I really don't like talking about it, and it honestly just pisses me off. I just get mad thinking about it because Kamala Harris has single-handedly proven that black people are overly emotional, okay? It seems to me that black conservatives are hell-bent on giving the worst politician in history, the most disliked politician in history, her one and only W that she's had ever since she's been in office in the Biden administration, right? And that's what really pisses me off more than anything. I'm not sure exactly why they're doing it, okay? Maybe they're doing it to score political points. Maybe they're doing it for the black vote. Maybe they're doing it because they genuinely feel that the curriculum that's being pushed down in Florida is racist. I don't know. But regardless, what is happening is pathetic, okay? It is clearly a hit job from the Democrat Party. And these black Republicans, black conservatives that are coming out and basically siding with Kamala Harris on this issue are basically just proving that, again, black people are overly emotional. And the best way to win over black people is to play on black people's emotions. Logic, reason, facts don't work, right? In regards to persuading black people to vote for you, it just doesn't work, okay? And that's just the honest to God truth. And I'm gonna talk about that because I've triggered some of the pro-black conservatives on Twitter with, again, just brutal facts and the reality of the black vote, okay? So I want to talk about it, okay? And hopefully, again, this is the last time I talk about this, but I want to talk about this because I really do feel passionately about this topic, and I'm very disappointed in what is happening as you're having more prominent black Republicans in Congress coming out against Ron DeSantis, okay? And what, again, clearly is a political hit job on multiple levels. You have Wesley Hunt, who went to Twitter to say, as a direct descendant of a slave, I have a hard time understanding Governor DeSantis' position that transferable skills learned in bondage are somehow a net benefit. Now, again, this is how you know that this is a political hit job on multiple levels, not just from Democrats, but I also think some of these black Republicans are orchestrating a political hit job against DeSantis because this guy said that DeSantis' position is that slavery was a net benefit, which I am pretty sure that if you read the curriculum, there's no way that you can come to that conclusion. This is a straight up Democrat / liberal talking point. And Ron DeSantis never said that. Ron DeSantis didn't write the curriculum. There have been black scholars that actually had say-so and input on the curriculum that have defended it and said that that's not what it says. So I'm not sure how Wesley Hunt can come out here and to say that Ron DeSantis' position is that slavery was a net benefit. That to me is just ridiculous because nobody said that, right? Nobody's actually made that claim. Again, this is a straight up Democrat talking point, right? So it's not just him, okay? There's other black conservatives in Congress that have come out and said the same thing, like John James of Michigan, I believe. He says, number one, slavery was not CTE. Nothing about that 400 years of evil was a net benefit to my ancestors. There are only 5 black Republicans in Congress, and you're attacking 2 of them. My brother in Christ, if you find yourself in a deep hole, put the shovel down. You are now so far from the party of linking that your ed board is rewriting history, and you're personally attacking conservatives like Vote Tim Scott and Byron Donalds on the topic of slavery. You've gone too far. Stop. Now, again, the fact that a lot of these people are coming out and using the net benefit line, something that was never actually used by a Republican, it was never used in the Florida curriculum. Ron DeSantis never said that. Nobody ever said that. The fact that they're doing this is a coordinated political hit job among these black conservatives against Ron DeSantis, right? That's exactly what it is. Now, what is the reason for that? I'm not sure, right? Maybe they see Ron DeSantis as a guy who is quote unquote gone too far when it comes to the agenda that he pushed down in Florida that, again, the left claims is racist. Like, for example, defunding DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Maybe when it comes to Ron DeSantis rejecting queer studies being taught in African-American history courses, I'm not sure exactly what it is, okay, that these people, have an issue with when it comes to Ron DeSantis. Maybe, I don't know. Some people have speculated that they're attacking Ron DeSantis on behalf of Trump. But regardless, none of these people are running for president, okay? So I think that if they have real issues with Ron DeSantis, they should address that privately, because coming out here and attacking Ron DeSantis publicly from the left, again, using Kamala Harris's made up scandal, again, it's really embarrassing, right? And Democrats are taking advantage of it, okay? Because again, you know, I would challenge any of these people that have such a problem with Ron DeSantis and the curriculum down there in Florida. None of these people, none of them, zero, are talking about the AP African American Histories course that literally teaches the exact same thing, right? Teaches the exact same thing that they're so mad and they're so upset about is in the AP African American Histories course, and they're not saying anything about it. They're quiet. Well, why is that? It's because it's not really about the curriculum in Florida, right? That's not really what it's about. There's something else going on here, right? It's deeper than just the curriculum, okay? It's something else that's going on here. There's a political coordinated hit job happening against Ron DeSantis. And I got to tell you guys, I'm not, you know, again, this is why I don't like talking about DeSantis versus Trump, right? I really don't like the fact that DeSantis ran. I wish he didn't run because of stuff like this happening. I mean, we're literally watching Ron DeSantis get destroyed by people on the right, whether it be black conservatives or people who are not black, who are just Trump voters or whatever, okay? And he's getting destroyed by people on the left. I mean, we're single-handedly watching probably one of the most successful Republican governors that we had in a long, long time get his political career destroyed because he made the mistake of running for president, right? Which, again, it's very sad to watch, okay, what's happening to Ron DeSantis. And I'm not saying that a lot of it is not his own fault, because again, it was clear to me, and I said this from the beginning, I was like, I don't think that Ron DeSantis should run. One, because he's going to get destroyed by Trump. He can't out-Trump Trump, right? Like, Ron DeSantis took on this whole, like, Trump-ish persona basically in order to get elected, right? And it was very clear to me that if you pay attention to Ron DeSantis and his mannerisms before he was elected governor, okay, and after he got elected governor, you can tell that that's not who he is, okay? And now that he can't basically out-Trump Trump, right, he has to differentiate himself from Trump. What's happening is that he's being exposed, and that he's, you know, he's a guy that he doesn't seem as tough as he seemed before he ran for president. But one of the reasons why he got exposed is because he started attacking Trump, right? Instead of taking the Vivek Ramaswamy route and basically avoiding direct confrontation with Trump and standing on your own ideas and policies, he decided to attack Trump because that's what the liberal media and that's what the establishment says you need to do to beat Trump, even though we know, based off basically 6-7 years of Trumpian politics, you don't beat Trump by attacking Trump, right? You have to bring something new to the table, okay, that's a little bit different than Trump, okay, embrace a lot of, you know, the policies and the things that got Trump elected, but you don't need to attack Trump, okay? And Vivek Ramaswamy and his ascension in the polls is proving exactly what I was saying, is that if Ron DeSantis gets in a race, he should not attack Trump. Do not attack Trump. You're not going to win a battle where you're attacking Trump direct. It's not going to happen. He should have just talked about what he's done for Florida, stick with what he's done for Florida, and that's it, right? Don't ever attack Trump. If a Trump attacks you, say, hey, look, I'm not interested in going back and forth with personal attacks. I just want to talk about what I've done for Florida. I want to talk about what I'm doing for this country, right? And that's what I want to focus on. I want to stick to those things. But that's not what Ron DeSantis did, okay? And that's why he ended up in this situation. I hate it for the guy, because if he would have just waited, okay, and let, you know, Trump run in 2024, he's probably going to win the primary. And if he becomes president, great. If Trump loses, then it's probably over for Trump, right? If he loses in 2024, it's probably over for him. And then he could have ran after that, right? And I think that, you know, that would have been the best option for him. I understand the risk of waiting is because, you know, when it comes to politics, your time in the spotlight is short, right? You may be a superstar today and a nobody tomorrow. So, you know, when the iron is hot, sometimes you got to strike, okay? And I understand why he decided to run, because he was hot, but he should have just waited, right? In my opinion. And, you know, this is the result of it. So it's really sad to see. But like I said, you got Democrats taking advantage of this. Like, you know, for example, this Democrat operative right here, Brian Tyler Cohen, says black Republicans are now being attacked by their party for disagreeing with Florida's new educational rules, claiming black people benefited from slavery. quote, "You've gone too far," John James, a black Republican, said to DeSantis. DeSantis is implying they're fake Republicans. So yeah, Democrats are going to say, hey, look, see, you got black Republicans now coming out against DeSantis. That proves that we were right, right? That Florida's educational curriculum is racist, okay? Ron DeSantis, okay, is the leader of the Klan, okay? And then Democrats going to turn around and attack these same black Republicans like Tim Scott and Byron Donalds and Wesley Hunt. They're going to turn around and say you ain't really black, okay, because you're Republican, right? Or that you are the black face of white supremacy. Again, complete clown show here, right? All around W for the Democrats, okay? Imagine getting so overly emotional about the word benefited, right, being used in the curriculum when it comes to talking about how slaves learn skills, right? Imagine being so overly emotional that you gave the worst politician in the history of this country a W, her one and only W that she's had during this administration. Again, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and use this as proof that, hey, Republicans are racist, Trump is racist, the whole party's racist, they don't really like black people. Again, this is why all of this, again, is just so frustrating to me, because Republicans, they aren't gaining anything out of it. These guys, I'm not sure exactly what they're gaining out of it, right? Outside of just attacking DeSantis, okay? Maybe, I don't know, they're getting a Trump endorsement, right? I'm not sure, right, what's actually going on here, but this is what they're doing. But maybe they're legitimately hurt, right? Maybe they're legitimately hurt and upset because maybe, just maybe, this makes it harder for Republicans to win the black vote, right? Which is what, you know, some of these so-called conscious conservatives, conscious black conservatives, come out here and talk about all the time. The black vote, right? The black vote, okay? Which, again, they claim is so valuable, even though it's really not, okay? Like, for example, you have this person, Sonny Johnson says, DeSantis is showing you the establishment Republicans clearly. There's a reason they lost the black vote by 90% for 60 years, and they are sticking to the game plan. So funny, right? Again, as if the black vote is relevant. But here's a news flash, right? I posted this, which triggered a lot of people, right? I said, Republicans don't need the black vote. All Republicans need is for black people not to vote Democrat. The black vote is irrelevant. Latinos and Asians are a better investment because they can actually be persuaded with logic and reason. Now, again, I would challenge anybody to actually dispute my claim with facts. They won't be able to, because the facts is that black people vote Democrat at a 90% clip. Okay, they did it during the midterms. They did it during 2020. Again, Trump is the most popular Republican basically since the civil rights era with black folks. Okay, and he still lost. Okay, what did it result in? Nothing. Okay. In the middle of the 2022 midterms, the economy was at its worst. Inflation was at its worst. Okay? What did it result in? Nothing. Black people still voted Democrat at a 90% clip. Again, you can't persuade these people with facts, logic, and reason. That's just not how it works. Okay? But again, you got people out here selling this myth that Republicans need to win the black vote in order to win. It's just not true. This person responded to me. She says, we know the right thinks this, and this is why they don't care about disrespecting us and the few percentage points around the edges. But you have this backwards. People like you said the same thing in 2020 and 2022, and look how that went. There will be no conservative victory without black outreach. And then you have this person right here, Felicia Killings, who's also one of these so-called conscious black conservatives. She responded to me, said, this account follows me. Yeah, because I follow everybody, right? I follow everybody, regardless of whether I agree or disagree with them. Ask conservatives how this thinking worked for them in 2020. There will be no conservative victories without effective black outreach. And right now, the white Republicans who follow Twitter class know my assessments are 100% accurate. No, your assessment is actually 100% wrong, right? Like what she's saying is just objectively not true, right? Because Republicans have won elections for decades without the black vote, right? Literally for decades, okay? Did Trump in 2016 need the black vote? Nope. Did Bush need the black vote? Nope. Did the first Bush need the black vote? Nope. Did Reagan need the black vote? Nope. Again, Republicans don't need the black vote, okay? They can win without it, right? We've had millions of dollars spent on black Republicans running in unwinnable liberal city races, like, for example, Baltimore, where they outspent Democrats substantially, and they still lost, right? You got blowed out. But for some reason, people think that it makes sense strategically to spend money trying to win over people who cannot be won over with facts, logic. They can't even be won over when the economy is bad, right? When it's terrible, when they see that the policies that they're voting for don't benefit them. They can't be won over, right? You know how you win over black people, okay? You know how you win them over? I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you. Promise reparations and handouts, build statues of Emmett Till and George Floyd, cry about systemic racism and victimhood, and demonize police. I'm pretty sure the list is a little bit longer, but those are the main things I could think of off the top of my head. I would love to hear an argument on how a Republican can run on this kind of platform, right? How can a Republican run on this platform? Because this is a Democrat platform. Do they do any of the things like, the reparations? No, but still, this is what they do. You can't call yourself a Republican running on this platform. So somebody please tell me how a Republican is supposed to win the black vote. Because it doesn't matter if the economy's bad. Doesn't matter if illegals are overrunning the border and they're taking black people's jobs. Doesn't matter, that we're getting into these endless wars, okay? Doesn't matter if Democrats are soft on crime, which allows black people to kill each other all day long. Doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. Black people are going to line up and vote Democrat no matter what, because Democrats run on this. And again, that is the unfortunate reality of politics. That's just the unfortunate reality. And people that got a problem with it, again, they're proving that, again, black people are overly emotional. You're looking at the things that I'm saying, which are objective facts. This is the reality. And people get butthurt about it, but it's the truth. Black people don't vote based off facts, logic, reasoning. You can't reason with some of these people. You have to play off emotions. What Byron Donalds and all these other black Republicans are participating in, who I still like them, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I still support them, right? But what they're doing is that they're simply proving what everybody knows in politics, Democrats and Republicans know, these people are emotional, right? And the only way to get their vote is to play off their emotions. You can't reason with them. You can't provide logic and facts, because if logic and facts mattered, black people wouldn't be voting for Democrats the way that they do, right? The fact that black people vote for Democrats more so than any other demographic group, the way that they do, tells you that black people don't vote with logic, facts, and reason. They don't. It's all emotion. It's give me a handout. Even if the handout is destructive for the rest of the country, they don't care. I want my reparations. No matter if we basically drive up inflation, which we just saw. We just saw what happens when the government spends trillions of dollars, right? We just saw what happened. But if you say that to one of these, reparations people, right, that really want reparations, say, look, reparations, that's trillions of dollars that the government has to print. And that's just going to drive up inflation. And, everybody's going to suffer because of that. They don't care. I want my money. Cut me the check. That's what they're going to tell you. They don't care. So again, I'm trying to figure out how can a Republican run on that type of platform and still call themselves a Republican. That's the only way you win in the black vote, right? If Republicans are cool with, their candidates playing that type of politics, hey, then there's a shot. There's hope that Republicans can win the black vote. But until then, it ain't happening. And I know there's some people out here talking about, well, we shouldn't be having these racialized politics. We shouldn't be talking about the black vote or the Latino vote or the Asian vote or whatever. And I'm like, well, the unfortunate reality of politics is that if you're not pandering to a certain group, like Democrats pander to black people, they pander to LGBTQ people, they're not going to vote for you, right? Again, the unfortunate reality is that we have a lot of people in this country that vote emotionally, where they hear racialized politics, and that is the only way to get their vote. Unfortunately, okay, black people are one of the groups, the demographics, where you have to talk to them as black people in order for them to vote for you, right? You can't come out here talking about being colorblind. You can't come out here sounding like MLK, right? You can't come out here talking about being colorblind and stuff like that and think that they're going to vote for you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, some groups, You can have colorblind politics like Hispanics, Asians, or whatever, and they'll come out here and they'll say, yeah, we'll vote for you based off, reason, logic. We don't want an open border. We want low taxes. We want better economic policies. We want to be tough on crime, right? We don't want to be sending all our money overseas to Ukraine. Yeah, there's some people that do respond to race-blind politics, just straight-up policies. What benefits America as a whole, but that's not how black people respond. Because a lot of them don't care. They don't care. Reparations will hurt the whole country in the form of hyperinflation. We don't care. Give us our check, right? Even though if you cut the check, that check is going to instantly become almost damn near worthless because of inflation. We don't care. Give us the check. Give us the money, right? When, again, the reality is that I'm smart enough to realize, and there's a lot of black people in this country that are smart enough to realize, unfortunately, there's not enough of them, but there's quite a bit of them that do realize that, hey, I don't have to play the race politics to understand that open borders is not good for me, that being soft on crime is not good for me, that paying higher taxes is not good for me, that sending all our money overseas to these different countries to fight these, worthless wars is not good for me, right? I don't have to come out here, or I don't have to be pandered to based off my skin color to realize that these things are not good for me. And also to realize that building statues of Emmett Till and George Floyd is also not good for me. That's not going to help me. That's a waste of money. Unfortunately, there are not a lot of black people in this country that do realize that. And that is why, again, it's almost damn near impossible for Republicans, conservatives to win over the black vote. It's because conservatives and Republicans aren't willing to pander the same way Democrats are. It is what it is. And until black people change in regards to what entices them or motivates them to come out and vote, that's the reality. The good thing is that Republicans don't need it, right? They don't need the black vote. They can win without the black vote. The black population isn't growing. So it's better to focus on Latinos. It's better to focus on other groups of people, other demographics that can actually be persuaded, right? And the good thing is that you don't have to pander as much to those people. You can actually, get those people on board just talking about policies, and you don't necessarily have to play the race game as much, right? You don't have to do it as much. But again, that would take somebody who actually knows how politics works to understand that, right? Politics is something, I've been studying this thing for a long time, and I'm telling you guys, that's the way it works. I'm not here to sell you a pipe dream. I'm here to give it to you straight. No chaser. I'm keeping it all the way 100 with you guys. Democrats, Kamala, this whole thing has proven that black people are overly emotional. Democrats know it. Republicans know it. And again, this is why we're in the state that we're in right now, right? This is why we're in the state that we're in. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.